I didn't want to be the one to do this, but we need to talk the truth about Malika Andrews. A beautiful, attractive woman. And that's pretty much it that sets her apart from certain personalities on ESPN. And I kind of low-key beg to differ because I find Molly attractive. Boris, I don't know if she still works for ESPN, but I found her attractive. Like, it's a lot of people on ESPN I find more attractive than Malika Andrews. However how to say her name. But see, all of y'all jumped on the bandwagon of hate towards Malika Andrews kind of late. I fell off from Malika Andrews probably 3 to 4 months ago. Some people probably years ago. I give people chances. Now, when they rush, we ain't going to fast forward this without me taking and chiefing one right quick. Hold on, okay? Now, Malika, before we fast forward and explain how she got her rise, 3 months ago, she did some condescending actions towards Kendrick Perkins. You feel me? He gave a good analogy of the Boston Celtics situation, not with the coach. This was like 3 months ago. I forgot. It was after they downfall to the Warriors, right? And the analogy he gave in the inside information, of course, he would know because he's a former player of that franchise. And he's a former NBA player. So he would know more than this lady, right? She does a little joke about how crazy Perkins is, and she basically made him look dumb on camera and tried to allude to Perkins is the court jester of ESPN that people just laugh at. And that's not the case. We do laugh when we hear Kendrick Perkins, but we laugh with him. It doesn't make sense. He's very entertaining, but we don't find him to be a clown or nothing like that. Just because somebody talk with a southern accent doesn't make them dumb or whatever, or they don't verbalize their grammarization with you, or whatever people look into this weird world. We live in a real world. That's why he has a lot of fanfare. But ever since that day, I seen how she played him on national TV. I said I would never support her no more. And then after a couple of months, God made the true come alive. Now she's getting this backlash from everywhere. Now her rise only came on ESPN because of Rachel Nichols, which I never agreed with Rachel to be fired in the first place. Go watch my video. That tall lady that Rachel Nichols got caught on audio explaining about, I didn't find that racist at all, bro. She said the only reason they hired old girl for certain NBA games or whatever was during their racial situation when George Floyd died and all that. And I'm like, what was cap about that? What was the lies told by Rachel Nichols? And first of all, if I'm Rachel Nichols, I'm glad she's going to sue. Because who the hell recorded her like that? You know they worked for ESPN and ESPN allowed that to go out. Whichever other people who put her audio out there, I know some type of law was violated, and she's a smart one. I'm glad she waited this long, you feel me, to do the law. You never do the lawsuit in the beginning. You wait and let things build up as far as for evidence and all that. Because that was wrong. That was disingenuous. Anybody who report what people say behind the scenes, bro. Like, people going to tell you, well, don't say it then. Then what's the point of living? You want me to be this comical character you see on ESPN every day. Rachel, beautiful lady. She's an honest person. She didn't say nothing racist or racial. She said old girl got the job because of the George Floyd situation. She is correct. The NBA was protesting heavy. Motherfuckers didn't want to play no games. If you're a business, you placate to your constituents, your people who are watching you, your consumers. But they did the opposite. Nobody hated Rachel Nichols for that. Nobody wanted her to be fired, except the fake talking heads who think they speak for us, and we never allowed them to speak for us. You know what I mean? Other than that, Rachel Nichols, She got sabotaged out of her gig. She did a hell of a job. It used to be her with, what's that lady I couldn't stand? I think she still worked for ESPN. Michelle Beadle. I can't stand her. Now, if they fired her, I don't give a damn. Michelle Beadle is basically, Malika Andrews is Michelle Beadle 2.0. She's new and approved and younger. She's basically Michelle Beadle. Michelle used to do the same thing Malika did. But back then, people had their capes on. Now people don't have their capes no more because this cancel culture is getting sick. This men are toxic. Crap is getting kind of old and stale, man. Every movie you look at today is some female leading the way. Every movie that, if there's 10 new movies that come out today, 8 of the movies are going to have female leading characters, even in jobs that don't make sense that females should be having, but they're going to have it. So we don't live in no sexist world. I mean, maybe people are still sexist, but their sexism can't affect your pay grade no more the way it used to, or none of that. So Malika, with this sisterhood movement, it's all a facade. Because when she was playing her part behind Rachel Nichols, she didn't say none of these opinions. She didn't have nothing to say. She was the girl who was attractive, that came on the camera, gave a smile, do a corny joke, and keep it moving. And I knew they dropped the ball when they gave her the entire segment during that whole Rachel, before Rachel even got fired. I think it was like suspended or whatever at the time. And I seen Malika had the whole segment to herself, and all the colleagues on national TV giving her kudos and all that. Great job, Malika. I'm like, oh man, they overdoing it. Yup, Rachel getting fired, and I already know her replacement. It was so many other expertise you could have get to replace Malika Andrews. And I'm not talking about that Shanika girl, because I don't hate her. I like her. I find her attractive, but she need more season. You feel me? But there's other seasoned people you could have hired if you wanted a female to do that job. But once again, why was Rachel fired? She didn't say nothing about hatred towards black people or nothing like that. She said what black people even say about some white people. You got this job because you're white. Like, if you with your homeboys, I know y'all have that conversation. Man, cuz got that job because they white. That's pretty much what she did. She said, old girl got the gig, and not Malika, but I forgot that black girl who used to be there, that real tall one. You feel me? She used to do college football. I think now she's on NBC, but she said, you feel me, you got that job because of the George Floyd situation. And not just the job on ESPN, but the segment that they gave her, which was fair, bro. Plus, it was behind the scene. It was not on camera. It was not somebody recorded it and wanted old girl to be fired, dog. That's some coward type of activities. You wanted her to be fired, so you did this part that nobody really alluded to or agreed on, man. That sun got my beard looking like Moses. I love the energy I'm getting from the sun right now. You hear? There go the sun. But yeah, man, I'm on that situation with Malika Andrews. Her sisterhood movement was something that ESPN been getting trampled with for like years now. The last 8 years has been a mess, and nobody's gonna say nothing without fresh breath of airs like Stephen A. Smith. I think they just hired Pat right back. I'm glad they hired Pat again. They should have never let him go to first place. Salute to Pat. I love Pat. But, you know, you need energy like that, man. Fresh breath of airs, man. I think it's like 2 more on ESPN I can tolerate and stand. You feel me? But the rest of them in this movement of cancel culture, even the ones I don't like on ESPN, they shouldn't get fired. I just don't like them. But they keep it real. You feel me? This Malika Andrews situation is too fake. Every one of hers, the way she talks and verbalize her communication, well, I seen on her, and this is her voice for real, bro. It's not even her real voice. This is the voice that she's using because she's fake as hell. This is the fake voice that she's using on ESPN. Well, I'm sure when I see this, we can be sure absolutely this was amazing. This today was the most. It's like, talk regular, bitch. All this fakeness, it's too fake for me, man. It's been fake. But we didn't want to lose another female anchor to the NBA thing because we like seeing a female speaking sports and knowing what she's talking about. But Malika wasn't it. We just tried to give her a chance because it's like ESPN, you fired Rachel for no reason. At least we got Malika because people thought Malika was this with the fist, the Black Panther Malika Andrews. And you didn't get that Malika at all. You got old girl who's been married, a white boy, which nothing wrong with that. But I'm just telling you, people who was wearing their capes and mad at me for her, they didn't even know she's married to a white guy. Not that it matters. I'm showing you the way people stereotype and think. That's why the only reason she had fans and people who liked her, because dudes thought, brothers, let me say, thought they had a chance with her. You feel me? Brothers thought it was just a even sweep. She gonna love dudes like them. She's gonna be into them. Once brothers find out who she really like, that's why some of you dudes really don't like her no more. It got nothing to do with the Stephen A. Smith situation. It got nothing to do with that at all. You guys see that she swirl around, so it made you guys uptight and upset. We being honest here today, y'all. We having an open, honest conversation. But me, I been knew about Malika. I knew about her liberalism that goes way too far to the left. You feel me? And sometimes she's right there in the middle, but then go far to the right. She don't know who she is, bro. It's an act for the TV stage right now. And it's clearly being displayed. The uncomfortableness and all the colleagues of hers is funny as hell. Everybody know they've been watching social media. Instagram destroying her, Twitter destroying her, Facebook. You don't even want to go on Reddit. Reddit got these unforeseen videos about her. And they got her family. I don't dox people. Y'all know me. I don't dox people. But they done dox her entire family on Reddit. I'm not posting none of that. I stay out of that type of mess. You feel me? And then on YouTube, you see the comment sections. She's flamed every day on ESPN. You know, it's like that one, I forgot, Ryan, what was it? Ryan something, that basketball player. Every time he says a word, people call him trash in the comment sections. Ryan Hollins, I think. And he wasn't really that trash, but because people couldn't stand him as an analyst, I know it played a part in his contract not being renewed. Now, Malika, they better find a replacement from her. I mean, Matt Barnes, I'm not no hater. He does good at his job. You feel me? But Matt Barnes, he cool, man. He just seemed to me like he'll be part of the go get along. He plays a fake I'm against the system when he's really for the system. That's the only thing about Matt Barnes with me. I like him. He a good father and all that. I was on his side with that Derek Fisher situation. You feel me? I felt him, but he still he seemed like he conformed, and I'm not mad at him. You got to do what you got to do in business, but I don't want to see him as I don't mind seeing him on The Jump, but I want to see somebody else like, Richard Jefferson. He should lead it. Richard Jefferson, we had females for how long now leading The Jump? It should be a man turn now. Since we about fairness and all that. Richard Jefferson is one hell of a salesman. You feel me? He's very neutral. He even studied to be a referee. Became a ref in the NBA for 2 or 3 summer league games, and he said he might continue it, which is amazing to me to see an former NBA player do that. Richard Jefferson's a replacer, but Malika Andrews, and if I'm saying her name correct anyway, but yeah, I couldn't stand the fakeness, man. Way before this thing, came out, I think it was overdue. The hatred for her was overdue. It was long overdue, so I don't mind any of it. I get a kick out of reading all y'all comments about her, and I'm a fair person. Like Rachel Nichols should have never been fired. Some people are way too sensitive. You hold people to standards that you don't even hold for yourself. You caught what I said? You're holding people to standards that you don't even hold for yourself, and that shows who you really are. It shows your character easy. So Rachel Nichols need to be hired again. I definitely want to see her get hired. You show me where she said anything racist about black folks, and I would listen to you. All she said was this lady got positioned by ESPN head of directors. They gave the black woman the position because of that whole George Floyd protest situation, which is not lies at all. It's all facts. Look, man, I'm your guy, DJ Bless Woman. Y'all hit that like button, man. Thank you for watching another episode of I Smoke Hip Hop Live, man. Love your family, love your kids, and stay blessed.